A very good morning. This presentation is brought to you by Resonate International with a mission to leverage knowledge worldwide. The topic being covered is when purity of intention becomes a way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, every life is quietly shaped by something that cannot be seen. Before a thought arises, before a word is spoken, before an action becomes visible, an invisible beginning gives it direction. That beginning is intention. It silently influences the quality of every decision, every relationship, and every contribution made through life. Yet an even deeper truth gradually reveals itself when intention is guided by purity. It no longer shapes only individual actions, it gently begins to shape the entire way life is lived. Intention is the silent source from which thoughts arise, and thoughts naturally find expression through actions. This simple sequence accompanies every moment of life. Modern neuroscience observes that thoughts repeatedly nurtured gradually strengthen corresponding neural pathways, influencing habits and behavior over time. Ancient wisdom has long pointed towards the same truth through a different language, reminding that the quality of every action is first determined by the quality of its unseen beginning. When intention remains pure, thoughts naturally become constructive, and constructive thoughts quietly give rise to actions that are meaningful, purposeful, and life-enriching. Purity is often misunderstood as perfection. In reality, purity asks for nothing extraordinary. It simply reflects honesty of purpose, freedom from selfishness, and sincerity in action. Just as a clear spring naturally gives birth to a clear stream, purity at the source quietly preserves the quality of everything that follows. A promise offered with pure intention inspires trust. Knowledge shared with pure intention becomes wisdom in action. Service performed with pure intention carries quiet dignity even when no recognition follows. Purity does not merely add value to life, it reveals the value that already exists within every sincere action. Nature gently reflects this timeless principle. The sun shares its light without deciding who deserves it. A river nourishes every field along its journey without expecting gratitude. A tree offers shade without asking who may rest beneath its branches. Their contribution flows naturally from their own nature. Human life carries the same possibility. Beneath accumulated experiences, fears, expectations, and conditioning rests an inner purity that is already present, a quiet spark of the divine intelligence woven into creation itself. It does not need to be created, it only waits to be recognized. Life, however, often places many layers over this original purity. Fear seeks security, pride seeks recognition, attachment seeks possession. In their constant movement, the quiet voice of intention can become difficult to hear. The journey, therefore, is rarely about becoming pure. It is about uncovering the purity that has always been present. Every moment of awareness gently removes a layer of confusion. Awareness brings alignment with enduring values. Alignment deepens into attunement with the quiet rhythm of life. Attunement gradually blossoms into communion with the higher intelligence that sustains righteousness and dharma. As the inner compass aligns with the cosmic compass, intention naturally regains its original clarity. Then something beautiful begins to unfold. A conversation changes its character when listening is guided by a genuine desire to understand rather than by the urge to respond. A responsibility becomes more meaningful when sincerity matters more than appreciation. An act of kindness quietly acquires lasting value when nothing is expected in return. Success invites humility instead of pride, while adversity quietly strengthens resilience instead of resentment. Gradually, purity of intention no longer appears only during important decisions or exceptional moments. It becomes present in ordinary moments ordinary relationships and ordinary responsibilities. And that is the quiet transformation. Purity of intention does not merely shape what life becomes. It quietly shapes who a person becomes while living it. Achievements may be measured by the world, but character is shaped within. Results belong to time. Purity belongs to the soul. When purity becomes natural, integrity no longer demands effort. It simply becomes the way life expresses itself. What's the way forward? Every day offers countless opportunities to return to the quiet source from which thoughts and actions arise. A brief pause before speaking, deciding, or responding often reveals the intention waiting beneath the surface. Such moments of awareness gently restore clarity. Clarity nurtures alignment. Alignment matures into attunement. Attunement blossoms into quiet communion with the higher order that sustains life. Slowly and naturally, purity begins to guide intention. Intention shapes thought. Thought inspires meaningful action, and repeated actions gradually become a way of life. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, extraordinary lives are seldom shaped by extraordinary moments alone. They are quietly shaped by the intention carried into ordinary moments again and again. When purity becomes the silent companion of intention, thoughts gain greater clarity, actions reflect deeper meaning, relationships inspire greater trust, and life itself begins to express a quiet harmony that no outward achievement alone can offer. As Lord Krishna beautifully declares in the revered Bhagavad Gita, established in inner balance, perform every action without attachment to its outcome, remaining steady in success and failure alike. Such equanimity is called yoga. When purity of intention becomes a way of life, every thought finds its right direction, every action reflects its true purpose, and every relationship carries the fragrance of sincerity, and life quietly becomes a living expression of righteousness, dharma, and inner peace. Good luck, best wishes, and God bless.